assurance of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that East.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrak, 4 at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just blowing up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
not fall up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.
Hello and welcome back, and oh, I left Rex's window open. I'm gonna need to close that. Rex no longer here. Where is this button? Button. There it is. Okay, welcome to the stream. We have our second half of the doubleheader. I'm joined this time by the Green Mist, so I properly put their name in there. I gotta tell him I love him too. Love you too, BB. These players, so nice. What a matchup tonight. The Minion Miners, one of my favorite Div A teams against ReGen Retro. Yeah, another one of my favorite teams for obvious reasons. But I'm excited for this one. I saw it on the calendar. I was like, we got to do it. So I did the one before. It was a good one between Party Time and Gilly Shark. But we're switching over to the West Coast now. It's time for these guys to shine. I think we're waiting on one player to return, so I have a bit of time to talk about our map bans this evening. It was ReGen Retro winning the toss, opting for first pick on our first map, so Minion Miners banned out Towers of Doom and Sky Temple. ReGen Retro banned away Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity. Oh boy, what to start with, what to say first. Well, it looks like ReGen Retro has their full 5-man roster back, which is good for them. They had to play a game... I think actually a couple games over the past couple weeks without that full 5-man stack. So maybe back into full form. They were at one time seen as a top threat here in Division A West, but having dropped games to Phoenix Rising, no longer number one. But playoff time right around the corner. Of course, that can all change. You play for the end, right? You win at the end, and you get that gold. Until then, what really matters? I think everyone's already locked in Division A West for who's going to be in the playoffs. So we can take a look at the standings entering tonight's matchup. ReGen Retro actually tied with points with with Tainted Orphans. Phoenix Rising Ruby falling back a bit, it appears. So 18 points for ReGen Retro. They're in first place. Minion Miners, they are locked into that number 4 slot right now with one fewer game played than the rest of the division. They have 12 points right now, but the top 4 will make it into the playoffs, and Minion Miners really need a win this evening to kind of fend off ReGen Anomaly, who's 5 points back right now, but kind of scratching at their heels. They'd like to leave them in the dust right now if they can. Reading through some of this lobby chat, looks like we indeed are still waiting. And yeah, so exciting news for me. I listed my condo on the market on Saturday, not where I'm living right now. I've already moved out. We've been renovating it for a bit, but listed it on Saturday. It took 4 days, if you kind of discount Saturday because it was late in the day. 4 days, and I'm under contract. The condo is sold already, full asking price, and I'm super stoked. I'm so happy. I kind of get to move on to a new chapter. That condo was great. I casted so many NGS matches from there, and glad to say that the sale went through so quickly. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited, maybe for a different reason. Maybe you're excited just because you love these teams, you love watching competitive Heroes of the Storm, and I'm proud to be bringing this one to you. I think Marshall's back. Yeah, he is. Here we go. Game number 1, Cursed Hollow. And I gotta turn Rec off again. He's still here. Where'd that button? There it is. Bye-bye, Rec. So sad. Cursed Hollow, game number 1. And ReGen Retro first on the clock this time. Zamibar is wearing that captain's crown. On the other side, it will be Marshall, the captain for the Minion Miners. Big map, big heroes, maybe some global. Seen some Dahaka recently. A little bit, not too much. It's one of my favorites, and this is one of those maps you always got to think, maybe we have a chance. So I'm going to hold out hope for now. 13 seconds for Zammy to make this first decision. And I have no idea what they're thinking. They're going to hold it as long as they can, maybe trying to save some time, and we'll end up banning away some global. It'll be Mr. Falstad. Ban on the other side will be Greymane, taken away by the Minion Miners. Strong camp taker, a very versatile hero, really can do everything. Shui says, dude, that's awesome. It sure is awesome, Shui. Thank you for your support. And thanks for hanging out through the break there, Shui. I know you were there for the first game. I see you're back for the second one, too. You love to see it. I love to see it. Damn it, ReGen Retro. Damn it. They take away two of my favorites.
Time for a shout-out.
Shui says, shout out to the condo for all the years, memories, and getting sold quickly like it should. Way to put in the effort, condo. You were a nice place to sleep and keep dry. Well, there were a few times it wasn't dry. There was actually a match, I think it was Season 7, as these picks are coming in so quickly. I want to tell this quick story. Cassia grab for ReGen Retro. On the other side, it's Johanna and Stukov. But I was casting an NGS match one evening, and then I feel on my shoulder, like sitting right here with my green screen like I am now, I feel a drip on my shoulder. And I'm like, what the hell? I look up, and there is water pouring out from above. Their air conditioning unit was leaking on top of me and my computer. Luckily, it didn't actually hit the computer, but it was like hitting me in my chair at the computer. A freaky moment. I ended up going upstairs, knocking on the girl's door. She didn't even answer, so I'm just like in a panic, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? It all ended up working out, but it was one of those moments where you're just like, my God, my God. So yeah, hopefully I'll never have an upstairs neighbor ever again. ETC and Taronda grab for Zammy Bars and Altanian as we see the final ban for the Minion Miners locked in on Sylvanas. One more ban remaining for ReGen Retro. And maybe want to ban away... No idea. More global? Brightwing maybe? Brightwing's my guess. I don't think it's worth it, but you know, maybe it will be. It's going to be Leeming instead. Not a bad selection. Great poke, great stall on these tributes here on Cursed Hollow. And a strong mage. A very strong mage, actually. Probably, in certain scenarios, considered the strongest. Ragnaros grab for Himibo. Fantastic on Cursed Hollow. That Lava Wave is going to get so much value. And Marshall, the captain, going to be playing this Hanzo. The stall will be there. Still no look at Abathur yet. Does it make sense for either of these teams? Maybe. Depending on what you pair in, Samuro is still available. So like a Samuro Abathur right now, that could be a nice selection for ReGen Retro with these final two picks. Do they have a Samuro player willing to play it? We're about to find out. Abathur, Samuro. Hello, Murda just did his thing. I called it. I called it. Feels good. Feels great, actually. Scary picks, and somehow they made it all the way through. One pick remains for brother, as TT Porky's now in chat saying, picking Taronda into Joe, Retro please. Got a point there. Artanis, the final lock-in. Okay, you've seen them all. It's time to make your choice known. I'm about to open up a poll for this game number 1, and it's a simple question. Who will win game 1? Will it be the Minion Miners or will it be ReGen Retro? Head on over to chat up at the top of your screen. Select the team you want to win and be sure to hit the submit button. Shui's here, Porky's here. I got to imagine they're helping root on their fellow ReGen teammates. Org mates, I should say. But if you're here supporting the Minion Miners, I love you just as much. So go ahead and place your vote for the Minion Miners. Either way, I'm sure we're going to have a good one. Both these teams are ready to go, looking for some wins. Cursed Hollow is our first map, as you can already see. I'm excited. I hope you are. Thank you for being here. And, yeah, I'm just in a good mood. So let's have a good time, guys. Game number 1, Cursed Hollow. And let's introduce this team on the left-hand side first. The home team this evening. It's going to be Wesgra playing the Johanna. Here's Himibo on Ragnaros. Over at the mid wall, we see Brother on Artanis. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Stukov and the captain tonight. Marshall playing the Hanzo. Give it up for the Minion Miners. And over on the red side, we got Aaron playing the Abathur. Splash on Cassia. Melly is going to be playing the Samuro, Oltanian on Tyrande, and the Captain Zamibars on the Mariachi ETC. Give it up for the main squad here, the Division A West leaders right now, ReGen Retro. Maybe a bit of a bigger intro for them. I'm sorry, Minion Miners, I love you too. I had to. They forced me to. Okay, level 1 talents up on your screen, though, will be the Ranger pickup for Tyrande, trying to do some extra scouting, a bit of extra damage perhaps too. And with this Abathur, it will give them the ability to solo soak any lane with whichever hero they choose. Probably going to end up being that Cassie, just leave ETC Tyrande at mid as Samuro helps deal with the Artanis down in the bottom lane, but currently it's just the Ragnaros up top. Burrowing in, it's going to be Abathur putting that hat on the wall and helping push back Himibo now. Bottom lane, Samuro still dealing with this Artanis. A little bit of a skirmish, but neither side under too much pressure. There's a long distance Sentinel connecting right through Artanis' shield. And now Cassie going to have to help out Abathur in this top lane. Himibo still here and going to have a bit more pressure in his face now. Hatted Cassia. And she's doing a good job just zoning Ragnaros away for now. Not willing to do any damage to these enemy minions. Just wants to make sure Ragnaros can't pick up XP globes for now. Pressured back, already below 30% health. And Himibo is going to have to do a well tap already. Both teams starting to look at some camps. Oltanian going to scout out some with this Tyrande. Once again hitting that Artanis from distance. But should be pretty easy from here for Marshall and Brother to finish that one off. On the opposite side, it's Samuro picking up a siege camp for ReGen Retro as ETC, spelling him in that bottom lane, making sure they don't miss any XP. Mid lane is just Tyrande for Stukov, support for support. And yeah, that's not going to be too much fun to watch. So let's tune back in up top where Splash having to deal with Himibo fending in on this low health Ragnaros. With the help of those siege giants, should be just fine. Going to get behind the wall, start heading on back to base. And yeah, that's it. Artanis made the rotation up, but doesn't want to go all the way into the lane. Now mid lane, Stukov under some pressure, but inside the spell armor of this Bruiser camp, he's going to be just fine. Lurking Arm coming out, but ETC able to walk the rest of the way through towards the fountain. Bruiser camp now on the wall, and no one paying it any respect. It's just going to damage away. Hack and slash, hack and slash. Until they get their own Bruiser camp. Now coming in, here comes ETC. Going to face melt him. And draw some aggro. And there goes the mage minion. Incoming is Hanzo. Nearby is Stukov, but he's starting to head towards the tribute. We'll be spawning on the bottom side of our map first. ReGen Retro will have an advantage in this mid lane with this camp out. Now power slide onto Hanzo, follow up Lunar Flare, and that will be first blood. No, Marshall is still surviving, 128. Oh, well, there's Abathur. First blood does belong to ReGen Retro. Now a power slide through on some more follow-ups there. No, not quite. Not sure what allowed that avoidance onto that Lunar Flare, but it was pretty close. Cassie being slowed a lot, but going to be able to run away if they choose. And they do choose. Tribute number 1 is on the field. Oltanian running nearby. Is he going to click it? No, they want to get this kill onto Ragnaros. Himibo under some pressure. There's Samuro popping everything he's got. Clones are out. The kill is on. Second one of the game for ReGen Retro. Let's view the top lane as we already pretty much know that tribute's being gathered. Actually is secured now. Cassia going to show up against Artanis, who did not opt for Protector of Ire, instead going into amateur opponent here. Another holy god. Oltanian hitting every single Sentinel right now onto Artanis, just bullying him. Brother sent to about 25% health, had to wait out that fountain tap, and now Zamibar is rotating nearby this top lane, maybe considering coming on in. Another Sentinel coming out, but that one not going to hit from Oltanian. Stukov nearby, but ETC willing to just run right on back to the mid lane. Tribute number 2 about to be ready to go. This one spawning in a nice spot for the Minion Miners in a defensive position for them, but Abathur putting down one of those mines, going to reveal any vision nearby. Speaking of vision, there's a sonic arrow from Hanzo, making sure no one's in that forward bush. The spooky bush, as I like to call it. It's so spooky. Ragnaros safe in the bottom lane this time as Samuro's trying to clear up this wave. Tribute will be active in 1 second. Hanzo trying to figure out where everyone's at. Does find the ETC. No one on the trib as of yet. Cassia stalling out at mid along with Artanis as Marshall is able to natural agility over the wall. Setting up in position is now ReGen Retro with Altanian channeling. There's a swap attempt. Does land onto Toronto, but Brother now sent right next to ETC. Zamibar is the only one nearby for ReGen Retro at the moment, so can't do too much damage. There's the Lunar Flare not hitting anything. Melly being surrounded, trying to put damage onto Ragnaros. Blind coming through, and Melly now in some trouble, trying to run away. Will not get away. Will he get away? Oh my god, Altanian barely with the saves, but now Zamibar's low as well. Chasing in, the stun's gonna miss as well. Bye, ETC. Now Splash still under pressure, still in trouble. Melly trying to clone around and get the kill onto Artanis and Will, but they lose the Cassia as well. A 2-for-1 in favor of the Minion Miners. And now this Tribute's still on the map. Melly trying to continue pressuring with the Samuro. There's a big Sentinel again from Altanian trying to keep Samuro alive and will be able to. No! Samuro goes down. A nice scatter arrow that time from Hanzo. A 3-for-1 exchange for the Minion Miners, and they tie it up 3-3 now. Taking a look at some of those kills, it is 2 for Hanzo, 2 for Samuro, and 1 apiece for Abathur and Artanis. Is it Brother or Uther? I call him Brother, okay? If that's not how I say it, of course I'm willing to change that. I can change the pronunciation, just let me know. I had to do it last game. I was saying Chymotrypsin, or no, I was saying Chemotrypsin instead of Chymotrypsin. I'm still confused. So if it's Uther, someone let me know. I hate misspeaking. There's a boss being worked on from the Minion Miners, and no reaction coming out of ReGen Retro. Going to be very easy and very quickly picked up by the blue side, with Tribute number 3 about to be active. ReGen Retro going to be in a bit of a tough spot. Going to have to leave this Samuro down here to clear it up. Luckily for them, they do have some Siege Giants nearby as well. That should help with the clear, but let's follow the action at mid. A swap's going to land onto ETC. The Dragon's Arrow not going to hit anything. We also saw the Falling Sword come out from Johanna. That didn't hit anything either, so ReGen Retro going to be able to walk around the corner and try to slow this down as Stukov trying to look for the second channel of the game. There's a stall from Altanian with that Sentinel. Zamibar still nearby, waiting for Samuro to get here. Can they interrupt this in time? Yes, just barely. No, they can't. The Starfall came out, but it was just a moment too late. Swap landed only onto one of Samuro's clone. Now it's Hanzo in a lot of trouble. He's low. Samuro also falling low, but getting some support from Tyrande. Now cloning in, Aaron hopping inside Samuro. There are 6 clones available for ReGen Retro right now, but everyone from the Minion Miners, knowing the situation, they just back on out. Don't want the fight. And a risky maneuver coming out this time. ReGen Retro's looking at a boss with enemy heroes nearby, but Aaron providing some vision, providing some stall. Hanzo's going to come check it out. Is going to see they're here. There's that Sonic Arrow revealing it. Will anyone be able to get here in time? It's going to be a big race. I think they've already used the Hunter's Mark. And they will secure it. A gutsy call, but it ends up paying off for ReGen Retro.
Earn my favor.
And there is the lava wave in the bottom lane. Gonna clear through 1, 2 waves. Is there gonna be a third that spawns? Let's follow it and see. Yes, there will be. Well timed by Ragnaros, getting maximum value with that huge lava wave. Top lane, big push coming out. Got a camp here. Got 5 heroes here. And they're gonna get a fort here as well. Rotation coming out from ETC. Has the mosh pit. Might look for it here. Doesn't. Might have been a good spot, but they're gonna get the kill? No, not yet. Stukov with the bio kill switch staying alive. It's Samuro in trouble. There is the ball lightning now coming out from Cassia, bouncing around a few different targets. And it's Splash maybe falling. Cassia is down even through that ball lightning, not able to get a kill. Big swing from Ragnaros is going to help secure the kill onto ETC. Also stunning out the clone Samuro on the fort. Melly now stepping in and stepping right out. The swap's not going to connect. And ReGen Retro now find themselves down 5-3 on kills. And with the Abathur not able to get all the soak they necessarily wanted. Do they have the Mule? They do have the Mule, so they can try to regain some health here in the bottom lane. You see it out right now. Aaron trying to do his best, but sitting in front of this fort right now on very low health. Could be a risky spot for him. Topside Tribute will be next. No one from ReGen Retro picking up the siege camp as this is active. And it's curse point in both directions with Cassia walking up first, going to check a bush, now walking into another. There's Johanna, here comes Ragnaros, and Splash is in a lot of trouble here, getting some armor. Ball Lightning, however, so good onto Himibok. Can ETC finish this off? No, able to use the Lava Wave, Blast Wave to go back to safety. And this fight's going to reset with Ragnaros using the Fountain Tap and getting right back into here. Clone up in 8 seconds. Still not available for now. As the fight continues, there's going to be the Starfall coming out from Tyrande, Power Slide in. Mosh Pit onto 4 targets. Follow up Lunar Flare. There's the Fen trying to finish off. Ragnaros going to get the kill. Yes, they can. A double for ReGen Retro, but they do lose their ETC. Altanian now swapped around. Tyrande might fall. 50 health does go down. Brother falling low as well, but look at the shielding coming in for both of these heroes. Johanna and Artanis will eventually fall. A quad kill for ReGen Retro will be a curse. And big pressure, because Abathur, look at where he is. Bottom lane, pressuring in there. Gonna get those XP globes, and structures are disabled for ReGen Retro. And, I mean, for Minion Miners, their structures are disabled. And ReGen Retro has the big power play opportunity with 4 heroes dead. What do they want to do? Samuro split out at mid. Gonna pick up this fort, top lane. Abathur hat here. And Lava Wave now coming through the bottom lane. Aaron's gonna have to be careful. Gonna start heading to safety, slowly slugging his way around. Should be fine now with the burrow coming out as well. And more pressure. They want to keep wall. ReGen Retro here with 2 heroes, just the ETC and Cassia. A good lurking arm from Stukov, trying to slow down any sort of advance. And I gotta say, overall, this is a pretty good defense, all things considered. Although now Brother surrounded, pops that suppression pulse. Will he fall? Power slide through, and the Fend will finish him off. A staggered death, and a 5v4 advantage now for ReGen Retro. They can head back to this mid lane and try to get down to keep, or, you know, maybe go for the enemy boss. Looks like that's what they want, a quick snap call. They didn't waste any time. Splash and Zamibar is here, and they still have the Samuro and the Tyrande to join them. Nelly at mid, keeping their attention elsewhere. And Johanna's going to start up a bruiser camp, calling in some support with that ping. I'm not going to check out this boss area. Although they do see Samuro clone nearby. It's going to be a little bit too late. ReGen Retro able to invade a boss and steal a boss. They're going to take out the Mage Merc as well. So a little bit weaker of a bruiser camp at mid for the Minion Miners as they try to make a defense in this bottom lane up against this enemy boss. Here's the Molten Core from Ragnaros. That'll do enough to stall this one out. Won't end up getting the fort down, so ReGen Retro are going to start rotating around the map. They do have a bruiser camp available right now. They got to start finding some sort of XP advantage with the better soaking comp. They find themselves behind, even ahead on kills. Slightly maybe ahead on structures, but if this bottom fort falls, you really can't say that anymore. Sir Mac and Cheese in a lot of trouble. ETC rotating around. Does he have enough follow-up with him? I don't think so. Will be enough to find a Ragnaros from now. There's the face melt. No, not going to face melt. Good falling sword from Johanna. Going to split them back, as well as the swipes from Stukov. Good Dragon's Arrow. Now the Lava Wave going to go through the entire team of ReGen Retro. Picks up the kill onto Cassia. ETC also pretty low. Aaron's got to run away with that Abathur clone Samuro once again. Altanian about to die. 122 health. Barely going to make it away. And almost sniping out the Ragnaros. My god, this game is all over the place. I don't even know what to think of it. Good vision pickup, and just one tribute away are the Minion Miners from getting their first curse of the game. And Stark may be a bit salty in chat. Didn't get to play the Samuro in his matchup earlier, but getting to watch Melly play it here in game number 1. Now, pressuring onto this Artanis backline. There's the suppression pulse again, going to slow it all down, and ReGen Retro's got to back up. Good Lunar Flare connecting onto Artanis as Melly's trying to continue, but ends up falling. Now falling sword as well. Sammy Bars has to power slide to safety, but with all this chase and all this damage potential from Hanzo, ETC cannot afford to stand here. They might have to give up this tribute. And they will. No, another good stall, and now Wesker pretty low will fall. Johanna's down. There's the ball lightning. Himibo in trouble, but the swipes again from Stukov and the Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo gonna be enough to slow that down. Oh my god, Oltanian is a monster with these Sentinels. I think his accuracy rating is like 90%. As Splash is gonna try to chase this in, there's the Javelin, and now Artanis surrounded, will fall. Good trait pop that time from Cassie. It helps secure the kill onto Artanis. There is a boss available in the top lane, and it looks like ReGen Retro is gonna start marching that direction. That's exactly what they're doing. Samuro is alive again. Still 2 heroes down for the Minion Miners. Johanna and Artanis. No front line right now. Let's watch Abathur in this bottom lane. Another lava wave coming in. Last time it was cast, ended up picking up a kill. Not usually what happens with that ability, but whatever it does, it's quite the bonus. Stark saying he's not salty. He's just appreciating perfection. Well, you'll love to see it. Tied up on XP right now, about 19.25 for each of our teams. And Retro with a boss on the map are going to try to find themselves their second fort of the game with a tribute spawning nearby. They're in good position to help stall out this curse point for the Minion Miners. Last time the boss was here, in the bottom lane at least, it was a Molten Core saving the day. This time Ragnaros nowhere nearby. Fort will fall, and the boss is still pretty darn healthy. Gonna hold the front bush are Zammy Bars and Splash, now actually rotating a bit towards mid. Maybe seeing Stukov a little bit too aggressively standing there as the rest of Minion Miners are clearing out a boss. It'll be Oltanian picking up the tribute for ReGen Retro, their 5th of the game. And they're going to try to find ways to further increase this advantage they have. Now level 20s are locked in for all the heroes except for Cassia. But opting for the ball lightning upgrade, infinite lightning now. It's going to bounce forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever. And that'll probably be about it. How many evers was that? 10? Probably about 10. Mid lane, Bruiser Camp here. They're looking to fight. Artanis taking another Sentinel. There's that suppression pulse trying to slow down the attacks, blinding all the heroes of ReGen Retro. Starfall coming out now, and did he go for the upgrade? Yeah, he did. So that's going to apply the Hunter's Mark every time someone stands in there, but not able to pick up a kill that time, or ReGen Retro. Tribute spawning in 20 seconds, and they can think about setting up. Still holding on to this mosh pit as ETC. Could be a power pick as another Sentinel comes through, hitting multiple targets and revealing the travel path of the Minion Miners. Sammy's going to back up, wait for the team to be here. Samuro nowhere nearby. He's going to have to make the long sprint over as the lava wave, the upgraded lava wave. Now 2 of them for Ragnaros. Going to slow down the push from Samuro in that top lane as Splash is going to try to slow this down. 3 heroes trying to channel. The fight is starting with Brother on the backside. Does not have that suppression pulse yet, and isn't able to cast it before dying. A big advantage here for ReGen Retro now as Melly is getting to the backline. Here's the infinite ball lightning starting up onto Ragnaros. He cannot get away from this. Himibo will be falling. A double kill for ReGen Retro, and now Stukov surrounded. Does one swipe. Does he have another? Not yet. Zammy Bar's trying to chase this in. Can they finish him off? Yes, they will. Boss nearby, and 2 points on their second curse. ReGen Retro about to get their 4th boss of the game with the curse active. Melly able to drop on back and grab it. This should and probably will be a keep. The only thing that can save it is probably that Ragnaros when he gets back up in 30 seconds. If the boss is still knocking on that keep, can hop into the Molten Core and help save the day, but otherwise it's not looking good from here for the Minion Miners. Bottom fort will fall as the boss is taking the long path around. ReGen Retro going to be here with all their numbers. I guess no Samuro right now. He's at mid. And Abathur's really far away. Tower slide through the side wall, trying to find Hanzo, but Marshall is okay for now. There's the lava wave, going to slow down this push. But sidestepping out of it's ETC, Oltanian. And you got the Cassia here as well. There's the Molten Core. It's exactly what they need to stop this attack coming out from ReGen Retro. But the boss is still very healthy. It's still going to be alive after this Molten Core is popped, and there it goes. Suppression Pulse now coming out. But Voltanian in a safe spot, still holding on to his Starfall.
Let the curse end.
And they want to make sure they get this keep down. There is the Starfall to help zone it out. Wesker going to have to pop the Falling Sword. No good follow-up, just the ETC taking the brunt of that. Boss still alive, above 50% health. And ReGen Retro can think about closing it out here. Mid-keep, very low. Zammy wants it. You see him starting to walk that way, but a good position from Artana is going to slow him down. Fight still breaking out, and I think that was the Bolt of the Storm from ETC, but put himself in a terrible spot. Zammy Bars is down, but Himmy Bars is low as well. A 1-for-1 exchange. Splash is going to go down. The boss is very low. It's about to fall. Core is going to stand at about 69%. Nice.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
I think I called Himibo Himmy Bars. Rip in peace, Murda. Rip in peace. Samuro cloning everywhere. Not really being found, just being a nuisance. Now flashing up to the top lane. Hanzo being surrounded, calling for Aberthur's hat. But the good stun there. I don't even know what that stun was. What? Hanzo? Did he... I don't know. I don't know. You guys responding with nice in chat after the 69% on the core. You love to see it. Still got Melly here trying to disrupt this siege camp capture, but finally able to run away without being able to steal it. Lava Wave bottom lane for like the 80th time in this game, just continually pressuring out the bottom lane. And that's where the catapults are, so you're going to see it. Yep, bye-bye catapult. Will there be another wave spawning? Perfectly timed yet again by Himibo. Still curse point for the Minion miners. ReGen Retro now really far away from getting their next curse. They've already gotten 6 total tributes in the game up against just the 2 for the Minion miners. Melly and Aaron on the backside. The clone is active. The clone of the clones. Their suppression pulse not hitting anything except one of those clones. And bye-bye Hanzo. Hanzo's down. Zammy Bar still holding on to the mosh pit. Might be able to power slide in this spot right now. 3 heroes stacked up. Zammy, you gotta go for it, my dude. They want this Artanis first. There's the power slide. There's the kill onto Brother. And that might be the beginning of the end for ReGen Retro to close it out here on Cursed Hollow. Already 2 keeps down with Ragnaros popping that Molten Core in the top lane. Melly and Splash heading to the core. Zammy Bar is able to walk right on by. Altanian as well, barely avoiding the big swing from Ragnaros. Wesker in trouble. Johanna with the Iron Skin and the Falling Sword now, trying to slow down what they can. 30% on the core as they finish off Johanna. Himibo still here and will likely fall. Bye-bye. The game has ended, and ReGen Retro take the first map on Cursed Hollow. And let's take a look at the match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. I didn't write down Hanzo in my book. There it is. I was wondering why I was missing a hero, but Marshall leading the team with 54,000 hero damage, but Cassia so strong right now. 112k hero damage. That's how you play the hero. 9 kills in the game for Splash. Also had the 4 deaths, so MVP worthy? You tell me. I think it might be. Otherwise, I think it's got to be Altanian. Just the 1 death in the game and so much vision control with that Sentinel. Really so much damage with the Sentinel. 75k. Beat every hero on the other team. In fact, you can put multiple heroes together on the other side. Tyrande, an absolute beast in game number 1 for Altanian and ReGen Retro. Let's take a look at the talent screen before we move on to a very short break. I can catch my breath. I can drink some water. I can relax a bit here. Love you guys. Glad to see you guys back for the second half of this doubleheader. Especially Stark. Played so well in that first set. Glad to see you're hanging out with us. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for game number 2. But before we get there, quickly a word from our sponsors. And welcome back. I've put the hat back on for you, Ektar. Let me make sure it's like fluffed out properly and straightened out a bit, I guess. It needs a bit more of a support on the top. There we go. The captain's hat, right? You'll have to see it. We went on a cruise and Miss Murda picked up 2 of these. Like those stupid tourists you see on cruise ships. Yeah, we had these. I think we wore them briefly one day. And I was like, I can't wear this anymore. I'll save it for stream and a nice prop for you guys when you want to make me change my hat. Also, we got a hydrate request coming through. That one came from Ektar as well. Was it a couple? Yeah, it was like 5, 6 hydrates. Jeez. Ektar, I don't know if I can drink that much water right now. I'm going to try, though. See, oh, I have a brain freeze now. Oh. Ugh. Oh, the worst brain freeze. All right, I think we're clear. I put this, like, the ice usually goes up to about here. Then I fill it with water after that. That was cold. That was really cold. A 6 chug. I might not do that again tonight. And I feel a little burpy now, too, but I'll hold those back. Game number 1 goes over to ReGen Retro. A little shaky for them, but they were able to hold off any curses against them. And that's a recipe for success on Cursed Hollow. They got a bunch of bosses. That's another recipe for success. And well done overall. Looks like we have our lobby. I need to click on it. Oh, boy. There we go. I'm here. I'm here. Ready to go. And let me write this down in my book. Infernal Shrines will be the map selection from ReGen Retro. And is it? Is it? Wait. Draft team, right? I guess it's right. Draft team, right? Just checking, just double checking. So I think this was the pick of ReGen Retro. I'm not positive. Okay. Yeah, see? You're welcome. Ready, ready, ready. I think everyone's ready now. Okay. So without further ado, let's load on in to game number 2.
Infernal Shrine.
Infernal Shrines. This time it will be the Minion Miners banning first. Game 1, ReGen Retro taking away a couple global heroes. I don't know if we'll see that again here on Infernal Shrines. Might be a little different this time. There's the ban onto Ana, second time coming out from the Minion Miners. They might think about banning out Tyrande. Altanian looked pretty good. I don't want to say that because they're ReGen Retro. Obviously, my affiliation with them. I've known Altanian forever. I actually used to play on one of the first iterations of the ReGen roster with that guy. A good friend, a longtime friend is Altanian, and I got to give credit when credit is due. He played a damn good Tyrande in game number 1. There's the ban onto Rhaegar. First time we're calling his name in this matchup. Second ban will continue onto the Greymane. Same bans, back-to-back games for the Minion Miners, Ana and Greymane. Little exchange in chat. I think it's all copacetic. I think. Hopefully they're being friendly. Guys, be friendly, please. Second ban for ReGen Retro will be Johanna. They don't want to have any swords falling on their heads 2 games in a row. That'll give the leadoff pick now for Marshall and the Minion Miners. Game number 1, they had the Johanna with their first pick, but she's not available this time. Instead, they find themselves Azul, who hasn't been mentioned in this matchup yet. Very strong on Infernal Shrines, very strong in clearing out Skeletal Defenders, and able to double soak here, which might be of their best benefit. Tuna B saying, "Hi Murda, I like the hat today." You can thank Ektar for that. He donated a lot of Murdallions, and that's what happens when you do. ETC and Cassia available for the second game in a row for ReGen Retro. Cassie has so much damage game 1, so many kills game 1. Kind of scary to deal with 2 games in a row, so here is Stukov, and Wezgra, without being able to play the Johanna, will have to play a Nubarek. Well, I say have to. I mean, there's other tanks available. We don't see too many Beetles these days, but we will get an opportunity this time. We'll see if it's Cocoon. Probably going to be Cocoon. Locust Swarm, not too bad. In fact, Blizzard, the devs themselves say Locust Swarm has the better win rate, but you just don't ever see the pick because the Cocoon's so strong in team fights and coordinated play. There's the ban onto Hanzo, taking away another preferential pick for the Minion Miners. Game 1, the final ban was Sylvanas for the Minion Miners. See if they want to continue that as well, or perhaps they think about removing that Tyrande. 10 seconds to make the decision. And you still got Abathur Samuro available. Okay, so that's what they're worried about. They get rid of the Abathur. Should leave this Tyrande. I would not be surprised if we end up seeing it again right here for Altanian. Save that final pick for Melly or Aaron. Five seconds for Retro on this clock, and I think it's got to be Tyrande. It was too good game 1. Orphea, Yarel. So they're going to hold back Altanian's pick for now. They grab their damage and their offlaner. Haven't seen too much Orphea lately, but she's pretty darn good. I think I like the Mephisto better here on this map. Maybe I would have rather seen that, but Orphea does now allow an additional layer of lockdown with the Crushing Jaws, although, you know, Durance of Hate, Mephisto, maybe even better. Shorter cooldown even. Final 2 for the Minion Miners. They're going to lock in Li Ming and Falstead, so they get themselves a global. Brother had this banned out in game number 1 against him. The Li Ming was banned out as well, so maybe noticing those heroes are available, they end up changing their mind on being able to choose them, and the final pick will be Uther for Altanian. Okay. Okay. I thought it was going to be Tyrande. But it's going to be the Uther. Time to head on over to chat, see what you guys are thinking. Game number 1, you picked ReGen Retro to win, and you were absolutely right. You have another opportunity here to choose your team who you want to win. Who will win game 2? Will it be the Minion Miners, or will it be ReGen Retro? Head on over to chat right now. The poll is open. Select the team you want to win. Be sure to hit that submit button. Who do I like better? Maybe I think this time with the Zool, with a good damage comp with the Li Ming and Falstead, maybe this is Minion Miner's time to shine on Infernal Shrines. And the Uther heal is a question mark. Maybe not the strongest. Maybe it'll work out. We'll see for Altanian. Game number 2. Let's go. And let's introduce the team on the left-hand side first. We got Brother playing that Falstead. Fantastic skin, by the way. Wezgra on the Anubarak. Still back at base is Marshall, the captain, on Li Ming. Over here at the mid gate, we see Sir Mac of Cheese once again playing the Stukov. And up in the top lane, the Necromancer himself. It is Zool, played by Himibo. Give it up for the Minion Miners. And on the red side, we got Altanian playing the Uther. Zambibar's on ETC. Melly playing the Orphea. Splash picking up the Cassia yet again. And Aaron on the Yarel. Make some noise for ReGen Retro. That was my horrible English accent. Stark, I'm sure you're offended, and I apologize, my friend. Level 1 talents up on the screen. Of course it's Dauntless for Yarel. Why wouldn't it be? Orphea picking up the Ancestral Strength. I think this is the go-to selection as well, and it will be Stacks for ETC. Prague Rock is selected on the opposite side. It will be the Backlash selection from Zool for his shield. Anubarak going for the Carapace build as we see a big gank attempt and Stukov rotating all by himself up front. Catches himself in a bad spot. Cassie now needs to be careful in this matchup up against the Zool. That's the one hero she doesn't want to have to deal with because the moment she's rooted by that Bone Prison, dropping all the armor stacks and could eventually fall. There's the fend attempt onto Zool. Pops that backlash. Himibo now surrounded by 4 red shirts. Might not get away. Or will he? No, he will not. Zool is down. 2 early kills for ReGen Retro is going to mean a camp invade. It spawns at the 1 minute mark, and they are right next door, so here they come. Li Ming trying to poke this away, hitting a couple spells onto Splash's Cassia. But Cassia able to maneuver around with those armor stacks, and a good job from Orphea to lash onto that fountain. They get a bit of damage out, but these Khazra minions immediately turning their way. They don't finish off the fountain at all. Someone smarter than me, tell me, has this been nerfed? Did they fix that the Merc minions just don't target it long enough anymore? Because vision was provided, it just didn't finish it off. Either way, ReGen Retro able to rotate to the bottom side of the map, now trying to pick up another camp. Zambibar's in here helping out the team, not holding the vision, so they're not quite sure who's coming through. No one is there. They do get the camp, with still one more available on their side of the map. Power slide in onto a burrow charging an Uberak. Wezgra's going to be safe for now. As Retro continues to pressure in this bottom lane, they're going to drop on back to their camp now. As the snow is falling on Infernal Shrines, I'm just now noticing it. It's like a little bit of winter time. Can't wait for May to be in the game, right? Are you guys excited for May? I'm excited for May. Got to play her on stream, actually with Ektar, who's here right now. We had a pretty fun session on the PTR. And yeah, I'm excited for the hero. I think she's going to be great. I like the addition of another tank to the game. I like that they actually made the decision to make her a tank. They very easily could have not done that, but they did. So I got to credit Blizz this time. They knew what needed to be in the hero pool available, another tank, and they pulled the trigger. So well done, Blizzard. Mid lane, some pressure coming out onto Stukov, and there's no way to get out of that one. The dive on with that Fen from Splash, and now ReGen Retro going to be wide open in our first objective of the game. Up top, a big push coming out from Zul, Falstead, and Li Ming with just Yrel here in defense. She's going to try to stall this out as long as she can. This is a lot of damaging heroes. The Falstead's so good, the Zul's so good, and the rotation's going to have to come out. Here is Splash now with the Cassia, going to help defend this wall along with Yrel. And they'll do just that. Back on the objective inside this shrine. ReGen Retro now at 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. They're stacking up quick. And just a couple more needed, and they will have their first objective of the game. There it goes. A couple globes to help out some of these mana pools, as they're going to look to engage along with this Frozen Punisher in the bottom lane. This one disables structures, so you can expect some diving and maybe a bigger play than they would have otherwise had with any other Punisher. Front wall locked down, and they're going to get all the damage they can along with this minion wave. One tower about to fall. The other one should follow right behind it. And indeed, they do get 2 towers down. Now, Zambibar's going to power slide in. The leap coming out from the Punisher, going to stun out Wezgra. But they're going to back it up from now. That's all they get. About 60% onto the fort. Well done by ReGen Retro now with about a 3/4 level lead over their opponent's minion miners. That whole time, Brother was trying to soak up some bribe stacks, split away from the rest of the team, as now ReGen Retro waiting to find some heroes rotating through towards mid. Not going to find enough here as Zul starting to curse strike onto that camp. Zambibar's trying to look into that bush, does see the Anubarak. And they're going to go ahead and give that one up, soak up this bottom lane, and maybe look to pick up another camp of their own. On their side, still 20 seconds away, the bottom camp is available. Neither team going that direction as of yet, as Yrel's trying to do some double soaking along with Zul now, making the swap with Falstead, who had been here during that objective phase. Brother able to barrel roll away, barely out of the reach of ETC. Zambibar's licking his chops that time. He wanted some chicken. He wasn't able to get it. Still just 3-0 in kills. Let's take a peek at them. 1 apiece for Uther, Cassia, and Orphea. Still no kills in the game for the minion miners. But they're keeping it close, just a half level behind, and they have all their structures still standing, just a wall in the bottom lane. Otherwise, it's still anyone's game. It can turn around, it can, you know, continue to go the way it's going, but for now it's close, and for now it's pretty exciting. Mid lane, Yrel is here, going to avoid that Impale. And the minion miners want to put some damage onto this mid wall of ReGen Retro. 5 heroes here. And Retro's going to see that and decide to move into the bottom lane, finish off that fort that was already started up during that last objective push. They had the minions there to finish it off, so they back on out. Maybe are able to make a defense at their own fort now. Level 10's online. Mosh Pit selected for Zambibars. Might have a good spot here if he looks for it. Wesdra's here. Burrow charge out, still in trouble. Zambibars pressuring in, but not enough of his team there. There's the Cocoon and the Gust. Just to disengage that fight, they found themselves in a horrible spot, and a good, quick decision from Himibo to save the team there. Retro, knowing they have the heroic advantage, 4 U's on the opposite side, they want to invade this enemy bruiser camp. And they're looking like the odds-on favorite to take this away, but Melly falling pretty low on this Orphea on the backside of the fight. Stukov's here as well as Leeming. Zamibar is going to try to support him, but Melly's got to decide to walk away, not give anything up to this opposite side. Now Himibo walking in, has this Curse Strike build. But the Mosh Pit is in. The Mosh Pit locked in a couple of heroes. It's Cassia falling first, though. Zul is down as well. And it's a 1-for-1 trade with all the heroics being used for ReGen Retro. I think they wanted a bit more. They especially wanted that camp. They didn't get it. They're going to have to send Melly back to base low on mana as Shrine number 2 is active. And it's the Minion Miners in here first, getting first licks at these Skeletal Defenders. Also a bit of pressure with the help of this Bruiser camp in the top lane. And a long time until ReGen Retro's heroics are back online. They're going to have to be very careful in taking this fight right now. Leaping in, backline Aaron looking to pressure everyone out. There's the Cocoon onto ETC. They're going to be able to quickly get him out of the web wrap. And continue looking for a fight here. Leaping in again is Hirel. There's the Burrow charge onto one target. Not enough. Skeletal Mages dropped as well from Zul, pressuring out everyone from ReGen Retro. Brother on the backside, so low on health, but out of range of anyone from ReGen Retro right now. Zammy's pretty low. Splash near the backside. Might be able to pick up this kill onto Falset. No, less than 100 health, still surviving. As the power slide connects onto a Nubrak. Follow-up stun from Uther gets the kill. The Beetle is dead. And Retro find themselves an advantage late during this objective. Should be able to zone this out as a lot of heroes having to go back to base. They were too low on health to continue. And Froggy hopping around, Yarel and crew are going to be able to potentially pick up their second Punisher of the game. Yes, they will. This time a Mortar Punisher. And we're in the top lane with it. Moments away from level 13 as well. Will this wave do it? Not quite, but Yarel's at mid getting the last bits of XP, and there it is, level 13 now for ReGen Retro. Sidewall down, there's a leap onto a Nubarak. Stunned out again, power slide through. Is there the Hammer of Justice? Yes, there is. Cassie getting the kill with the Fend. And without a Nubarak on the map, this Punisher should be able to push freely. You can expect this top lane fort to fall. Yarel's going to hop around towards mid, where Falstad trying to pressure in along with the siege camp. Cassie is going to join up as Brother doesn't know this information, might be in a bit of trouble. There's the first Javelin slowing him down. Gust having to come out. Once again, Brother making that quick decision to save his life, but a bit slower. No mount for Falstad. Might need to fly here. No one's found him as of yet. Here comes Uther. Hammer of Justice going to slow him down, keeping him here. Barrel roll away. Aaron trying to catch up. Zamibar's also in chase. Voltanian still running at him, but not able to quite reach it. Cocoon. Another defensive play. And Falstead will survive. Well done by Anubarak. Zul very deep in the top lane, back-capping some of these waves. It's just Orphea here right now, able to lunge herself out, now throwing out some Dread onto Himibo, afraid to hit Orphea because of this fort that's still here. And Melly's going to keep chasing now, the Eternal Feast coming out. Himibo's still retreating. There is no fort here to run to safety for. And I think Orphea's got all the chase she needs. Didn't even need Zammy. He's still on the mount. Yeah, ETC did nothing. You can credit a solo kill there to Melly. Well done on the Orphea. Power slide through the Falstead tough spot. Hammer of Justice, but barrel roll again to safety. Also getting a bit of a heal from Stukov during that. Cassia trying to pick up a campus. Now ReGen Retro has a level and a quarter lead. They should be able to hit 16s first in this matchup. And only one heroic currently on cooldown. That's Orphea's Eternal Feast. 8 seconds away from being ready to go. Another camp option for them here in the top lane. It will be a bruiser camp at the opposite side of the map. There goes a Nubrak and Li Ming. Now joining is Zul. They want a bruiser camp too. Mid lane pressure. 3 goats here. I thought it was 4 goats. It's just 3. In a flanking position with level 16 talents. ETC may be trying to get deep onto one of these heroes, but no, they want to clear up the top lane bruiser camp first. Allow theirs to push in uncontested. And a Nubrak now going to reveal around mid, but not within range for ETC. Not willing to battle the Beetle. The Burrow Charge is a little too good to get out of the reach and out of the grasp of ETC and his abilities. Hearth coming out from Zul in the bottom lane to get back to base. He's safe for now. They're going to try to steal away an enemy siege camp here. And they will get it.
Ready. A shrine gathers power. You will take it from me.
Taking out the sidewall now, working on a minion wave. They might want to pressure into this mid lane fort. But there's going to be 5 heroes here in defense. Now Aaron looking on the flank, potentially about to leap in with this Yrel. All the heroics for both teams online and ready to go, with Wezgra, the first one to step forward with their Anubarak, but not looking for the fight as of yet. Still no level 16 talents. Massive shove, not going to connect from Stukov, as Yrel being that nuisance, just running around and helping take away some of those heroic abilities, but a short cooldown for Stukov. It'll be back online momentarily. Just, I think it's a 20-second cooldown. Let's check the timer. Yeah, 20 seconds for Massive Shove. Retro here in the pit first, already picking up 19 skeletal defenders, make it 20, and here is the entire team of the Minion Miners. Looking to get going themselves, but find themselves very far behind right now. Retro's going to back up and make sure they get the fight they want. Yrel leaping in. There's the Burrow Charge onto Aaron, but still safe for now. Brother taking that Dread to the face. There's the cleanse onto ETC, able to run away. With the Cocoon onto Orphea, they don't quite have the damage they need. Now out of that Cocoon, ready to go. Zamibars is low, getting a little bit of help from Uther, but not quite enough. This is the struggle you have with Uther in these fights. He can shut down the burst, but can't do the sustain. If Retro wants this fight, they have to take it, and they have to take it fast. 3 more skeletal defenders needed. They turn around, and they should be able to get it. Yes, they do. A couple of globes as well, going to help sustain those health bars. This is a bottom lane Arcane Punisher in a lane that already is missing a fort. Retro looking to pressure onto a keep now. Zammy finding Li Ming. But some good evading coming out. Marshall is going to be just fine. There's the leap over the wall onto a Nubrak. Wezgra still healthy, popping that Carapace, and not too scared playing the Beetle here. One of the safest tanks in the game with that Burrow Charge. With the Punisher already below 25% health, a risky spot for ReGen Retro to continue the push. There's the Gust coming out from Falstead. And a massive shove going to send ETC all the way back towards the fort. Here comes a Nubrak. The Cocoon is out onto Orphea, but no follow-up here. Uther is going to be able to knock Orphea out, and they're all safe. Long cooldown still for Minion Miners to be back online. There's the cleanse coming out onto Yrel, and Aaron quickly hopping on that mount with the, I don't even know what that's called, Divine Steed, right? Hey, we got it, Divine Steed. We so good. Bottom lane siege camp falls to nearby. Did Cassia just see that? I think Splash did. Good hammer from Brother to dismount Cassia, but she's so fast she has those extra stacks. This one is from I don't know. Let's watch this fight. Good Divine Shield going to help Cassie get out of the range of those skeletal mages. And then onto the mount. Everyone is safe with just the D-Shield coming out. Well done. Power slide through now onto Zul. Himibo under pressure. Fending in. Wezgra actually stepped into that fend. Now Melly having to retreat with some of these lashes. A good chomp connected as well, but no kill in the fight. Moments away from level 20. That might have been the last chance for the Minion Miners to get a fight before ReGen Retro reaches 20. They don't get the kills they wanted. So now they're going to have to do it down 3 levels, 20 to 17. Taking a peek at our kills, it's 3 apiece for Cassia and Orphea, 1 for Uther. and Urel trying to steal away an enemy bruiser camp. There was actually a bribe coming out from Falstead. Did he want the stack or did he want to help the enemy team? I'm not quite sure. But everyone from Retro is here, and they're online ready to go. So I don't think Minion Miners want to walk in here. In fact, they won't. Yeah, I gotta assume Falstead just wanted the stack. There's no other camps available on the map outside of the ones on ReGen Retro's side. So maybe not a safe opportunity to get that stack. We'll see. This keeps pretty low already, below 50% now, as Li-Ming continues to poke away onto ETC, another good orb connection and magic missiles on the Zammy bars. Cocoon's ready to go, everything's ready to go, all of our heroics. There's Wesker taking a bunch of damage, has to burrow charge back towards the keep, ends up hitting the wall. Massive shove connecting onto Urel. And that's going to be enough for ReGen Retro to start backing out, or will they? They're coming back in with more orbs continuing to hit ETC. Zammy is going to have to start sidestepping and avoiding some of these shots. Wezgra all the way to about 100 health. Doesn't fall. Another good gust from Falstead. The Cocoon coming out as well. And Retro is going to remain in this top lane, utilizing their level 20 talents and all the poke they can. Another massive shove. This one connecting again onto Urel. We got another shrine active. Looks like Retro is going to start backing up and working on skeletal defenders with this talent tier advantage, and even taking out a sidewall on their way. They're going to start it up. Will be a Mortar Punisher in the top lane. Falstead split out to the bottom. Zool split out in the mid. So it appears as though they're trying to sacrifice this one. Is that a mistake? They'll probably lose a keep for it. But if they can take a couple forts, get a little bit of additional pressure, maybe not too bad of an idea. Here comes the defense from Melly, trying to shut down Zool, but gotta be careful here. Here is the Bone Prison with Melly missing that lash, gonna be locked in place, but still able to survive. That fort is down. 22 skeletal defenders have been secured. Retro's gonna have to get up there and finish it off after they grab that bruiser camp. And just a half level now until the Minion Miners are caught up with their Storm talents. Should be good from here. 5 more skeletal defenders needed. I think they got it.
Red team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
So this could be trouble for the top lane keep, but let's look at what's going on down in the bottom lane. They want this siege camp, but it's taking them a little bit of time. Will it be too late to get here? I think the keep might be down by time they even heart. Yeah, it will be. Punisher is still at 100% health, and it's going to be marching towards the core now. Level 20s are secured. We do see the upgrade to Cocoon coming out from a Nubarak. That'll help keep them in the Cocoon a bit longer, but without the rewind, maybe they lose a bit of their engage. The Big Mighty Gust with the Wind Tunnel upgrade going to slow down this attack onto the core. There's the Cocoon. Orphea inside. She's now out of it. And Retro still remaining here, looking to finish off this Zool, getting the D-Shield and the Mosh Pit. The Divine Mosh, the Divine Bovine, indeed. 70% on the core. ReGen Retro trying to finish this out with Falstead at about 200 health. Power slide through, but he gets the Bile Kill Switch. Still surviving for now. Zammy able to sidestep. No, he's not. Getting hit by the core's frozen orbs. And this is going to be big kills now for the Minion Miners. Already 2 down. Resets for Li-Ming still coming out. As Splash is still here trying to finish off Li-Ming, they do. Maybe even Falstead, they do. Oh my god, a nice double from Splash as Cassia continuing to perform at a very high level. Wesker might fall as well. Yes, he will. Oh my god, can Cassia get another? Oh my god! Splash single-handedly winning the game for ReGen Retro. Oh, god. Hello? Hello? What is going on? Oh my god. Maybe the best play you'll see all season. Killing off 4 heroes and winning the game by themselves. Splash locking it in. Game number 2 for ReGen Retro. And I gotta say, Ektar in chat saying it's called the Holy Cow. You're right. You know, I used to cast with Stixa. He called it the Divine Bovine. I thought that was a little more creative. Either way, what a finish there for Cassia. Super pog. Absolutely our MVP. That alone. Like, whew. Well done, ReGen Retro, walking away with a domination this evening up against the Minion Miners. Here's a look at your stat screen. Brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Yeah, that just happened. And Ektar saying, there's a reason Cassia has a ludicrously high win rate right now. Yeah. That might be why. You know, got some help from Uther. Even the dead Uther was still able to heal her. All those things considered, it was a smart move to stay in there. And what a finish. 4 kills to close it out and the core. Here's a look at your talent screen. I'm going to try to set up an interview. Maybe we just drop in on ReGen Retro as a whole. You know, I can do those sorts of things. It's going to be just a second.
Doesn't need the move speed too.
Hello. It's
Hello.
Berta. I figured I have the power. Why not? Let's do a full team interview. How about it?
Alright.
Okay, let's do it.
I guess
Well-
we can't stop you.
Well, while it's fresh in everyone's mind, the finish at the end, maybe one of the coolest highlights anyone's going to see all season long. Splash just splashing everywhere. A little bit of help from Altanian and that Uther, but let's talk about that play, Splash. How'd it feel in the moment?
Cassia should be banned. Always.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Chat saying just OP, ludicrously high win rate right now. That's why. But you guys got here in both games. Do you feel as though that helped lead to the victory, or was there something else that was really the special sauce for you guys tonight?
Communicated
pretty well. Yes. Macro play, we had good shot calling throughout the entire thing. Everyone was pretty aware of the map, and when we had numbers, when we didn't, and keeping track of cooldowns.
Well, let's.
We didn't tunnel vision.
Didn't tunnel vision tonight. I can read some chats you guys got going on. Maybe that was a bit of an issue leading into tonight's matchup, but it looked like you guys were locked in. You had a good strategy. Game number 1, you're able to get that Abathur Samuro on Cursed Hollow, and it was who was playing? Yeah, it was Splash on the Abathur, right?
We had Aaron.
Aaron. Oh yeah, Aaron was playing the Abathur. Right. Of course.
Which is a little weird. Usually it's Splash playing Abathur.
Yeah, that's what had me confused. Well, how'd you feel about the comp in game number 1? Is it what you wanted? Did you get everything you needed?
We left open the Abathur. We weren't sure if they were going to pick it, but after I think it was second round, we didn't really care if they were going to, and we kept it as a pocket pick. And after we were able to kind of ban out the globals and some other priority bans, it seemed like a pretty good fit.
It did. I saw it as an option. I was like, this could be a good spot for Abathur Samuro. And then boom, boom, there they are. But let's talk about game number 1 as well. I think the MVP there was Altanian on the Tyrande. The Sentinels
That
from...
owl damage.
Dude, the owl damage was beast. I think it was 75,000 hero damage. You beat every single hero on the opposite team. Altanian, talk about the hero. Why is she so good right now? You just made it look incredible.
It's a lot of meaningless damage, but it interrupts rotations enough and gets people scared of it, so I figured why not?
Why not indeed? Zammy getting to play one of your most played heroes twice tonight, Mr. ETC, the Cow Cow. Still feeling comfortable? I know you like playing the Garrosh too. We didn't end up seeing him tonight. Are we happy with ETC right now?
I'm happy with ETC. I think he's. I mean, him and John are like the most OP ones, and I think it really worked out on game 1 too, like knocking the Artanis back.
Yeah.
And sliding backwards, and then Altanian was on point, following up, and that really made ETC look better.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that for a second, because there were so many moments where it was like, is he going to face melt and kind of ruin this, or is he going to hold it and not ruin it? You guys were on the same page. It seemed like every single time executing properly without ruining any of those CC chains. Is it a testament to the practice regimen you guys have going on, or is it just late in the season and you guys are just locked in on all cylinders?
I just try my hardest not to W. I even went the 7 where you get the extra damage from W, and I just kind of wait, and then that's that. But I don't know. I think we took a little break, and I think now we're just like locked in, like you said.
Locked in, and those 3 points tonight are going to help extend your lead in Division A West. There was a time where you guys were looking up But now you're looking down at the rest of the division. Who still sticks out as that top team you're probably worried about heading into the playoffs? Just 4 teams from Division A West are going to make it there. You got the Tainted Orphans, you got Phoenix Rising, and then of course you have your opponents tonight, the Minion Miners. Of those 3, who do you think might potentially give you the most trouble in the playoffs?
We're really not afraid of anybody, but I think that it's in Phoenix Rising. I think they'll be the best competition that West can offer. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, I remember towards the beginning of the season we thought Tainted Orphans was the team to look at, but Phoenix Rising really stepped up their game for our last series.
They did. If memory is serving correct, you guys were playing without Melly in that series where you dropped 2-0. Do you feel as though the team is better with Melly or worse with Melly? And Melly,
What?
you can't answer.
Better, dude. What?
Oh, I thought they were gonna throw me under the bus. I'll be honest.
Never.
I was trying to give a free flame opportunity for you guys.
Yeah,
but
wow.
we
I'll
all
remember
love
that.
Melly. Come on. Well, you know, it was an honor to get to cast this one, guys. Always a fun time getting to hang out with you. But I've had a long night. I'm ready to go. So let's finish up the interview. Time for some shout outs. I don't know who wants to do it, but ReGen Retro, the floor is yours.
I'll shout out ReGen. I'll shout out Murda, even though he's a dick and tried to flame me. My dog that I don't have yet, and that's all I got.
I'll do NGS.
There you go.
I'll do my teammates. They're really fucking solid. Ooh, I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. You get one. You get one.
And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Who else? Oh, Porky. Porky's solid ass coach. Oh, dang.
That's not a bad bird. You're okay.
Alrighty.
But yeah, shout out to Porky. That's a good one. I know he was here watching earlier. I don't know if he stuck through the entire time, but I know he's checking you guys out.
Yeah, he's been helping us out a bit. He reviewed some games with us, gave us quite a few pointers, and he banters back and forth with strategies.
Awesome. Well, congrats again on the 2-0 tonight over the Minion Miners. I will be chatting with you boys later.
Cool.
Thanks,
Shout
man.
out to you too. Thanks for casting.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Zammy. Always.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the VOD.
Oh, I'll have it up soon for you. Don't worry. All right, I'll see you guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
All right, Twitch chat, that will do it. We only got 4 maps tonight in our doubleheader, but we got some good ones, some really exciting endings in both of our game number 2s tonight. That Cassia closeout was phenomenal, and earlier we had that big comeback for the Ghillie Sharks in game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. I want to say thank you for everyone who's been here the entire time. If you were here for all 4 maps, give yourself a pat on the back. You are a true scholar and gentle person. It's an honor to have hosted this for you guys. I hope to see you guys back soon. Might be tomorrow night, Thursday night being the busiest night in NGS, and you know how much I love to cast. I think we're approaching 50 games. I don't know the total count right now, but it's getting close. And if we make it to 50, that's a new Murda world record, a new personal best, and I've been casting for quite some time. So thanks for being here this evening. I'm going to try to find another NGS match going on right now. If you guys know of any, scream it at me in chat. If not, I'm going to take a look. Looks like Butte Holiday streaming, NyQuil streaming. Maybe we'll send you guys to Butte Holiday. She's a good friend, former ReGen friendly. So show her some support, show some love, say Murda sent me here. And that'll be it for tonight. Thank you for being a fantastic person. Thank you for watching. I've been Murda. You guys have been fantastic. And I'll see you guys in the Nexus.
And there's a tranquility again from Alpurian, keeping targets up as Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash. Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak. Make it a quad kill set up by that easy.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, making 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.